I actually had a very shitty draft year. I was very highly touted, and had I stayed healthy, I probably would have been picked a little bit higher than I was. But I actually broke my hand twice that year, so I was actually playing. I was playing junior A as a 15-year-old, so I was supposed to be playing major bantam, but instead of that year, I played up junior A, which was I think only I don't know if anybody had ever done that before, so it was a pretty big deal. Um, and then I think I maybe played 20 games that year, and I had broke my hand twice, the same spot both times. So the last half of the season I didn't really play, but I was lucky. I still got picked in the second round to Peterborough, and
And that's the OHL?
OHL. Yep, yep. So they picked me, and during those times, I'm sure it's the same still, but your first round, your second round pick are the only 16-year-olds that are allowed to play. So I actually got to play that year. And looking back, I probably wasn't ready for it, considering I didn't play many games the year before. So I think maybe another full season of junior A might have been more beneficial to me. But it was still a really cool experience. And I went there and I played 5 years there and won the whole championship my last year there. So I have very good memories of that, and it was a very cool experience.
So you had a year in the in the OHL where you got 56 points in 60 games, basically a point a game. My question is, what does that feel like to almost every game get a point? I'm a goalie. I don't even know what getting 1 point feels like in my entire career. What does it feel like? Just almost after every game, you take off your equipment and you got another point. What's that like? I don't even know. I can't even dream that up.
It was pretty cool because I mean we had such a good team that year. I mean we had guys like Steve Downey, Jordan Stahl, um, a bunch of guys like that you probably wouldn't really remember their names, but they all made it to the NHL, and we just had a good team, and we just everybody just chipped in, and we all got points. So it was you were almost expected to get a point or two every game because you were a good team, you had a good power play and stuff like that. But for me, it wasn't always like that. Like when I first came in the OHL, I came in as an offensive defenseman, and I didn't play very much my first year, like I mentioned before. And um, the coach I had at the time he was an ex NHL fighter, and I found out really quickly if you got into a fight, you'd play the first line or you'd play a lot more. So I just decided, well, I want to play, so I'm going to start fighting. So I started fighting a lot, and I got pretty good at it, and actually got drafted to the NHL. Kind of, that was one big reason why was my fighting skills. And when I went to camp, we had some chats, and they said, we know you can fight, and we'd like to see you, put up some points and play for a while. So that's kind of a year or two later. That's when I had that 60-point season. I kind of thought, well, you want me to do that? I'll show you I can do that. So yeah, so I kind of had a bit of a journey of kind of being every different type of player. So